Greetings, everyone. How is everyone doing out there? I had to make sure that my dog went potty before I went on, so that way she doesn't have to come and let me know during the live. But thank you guys so much for being here on the live today. Now, today we're going to cover a lot of fascinating, deep information regarding what's happening here on our planet. And, you know, a lot of people are scared, right? But before I get to that, I do want to mention that, with these last six X class flares that came in the last few days, right? Category 5, some say 5.8, almost a category 6, which is huge, something that hasn't happened since 1859, okay? We are definitely, guys, approaching something big that is happening. It seems like everyone is prepping for what is known as a Carrington event. But before I give you an Earth Alliance White Hat report regarding what is happening on our planet and share about the cosmic intelligence that is working through our sun, Helios, I would like to introduce myself for the new people that are new to my channel. I am Ishmael Perez, author of The Secret Government, Invisible Architects, and Our Cosmic Origin. These works explore the veiled truths and complex interconnections behind our world's hidden rulers and cosmic origins. I would like to also trajectory. Well, let me give you a date in reference that took place on this very day, on the 13th of May, in the year 1846. So the U.S. Congress overwhelmingly votes in favor of President James K. Polk's request to declare war on Mexico in a dispute over Texas. Under the threat of war, the United States had refrained from annexing Texas after the letter won independence from Mexico in 1836. But in 1844, President John Tyler restarted negotiations with the Republic of Texas, culminating with a treaty of annexation. The treaty was defeated by a wide margin in the Senate because it would upset the slave state, free state between the North and the South and risk war with Mexico, which had broken off relationships with the United States. But shortly before leaving office, and with the support of President-elect Polk, Tyler managed to get the joint resolution passed on March the 1st in 1845. Texas was admitted to the Union on December 29th. Also, if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to share this video since I am competing with my pirated channels. I think only a few are left, which is a good thing. But before I dive into what's happening with these massive solar flares tonight, I would like to share another fun fact about myself. All right, guys, I love juicing and eating acai bowls. Now, let me clarify what I mean by juicing. I don't mean juicing as in, shooting up with things to grow my muscles, but I'm talking about drinking healthy green drinks, all right? I love cold pressed celery drinks with kale and spinach and lemon and ginger. Those are my favorite. And I normally take those first thing in the morning before I have any physical food. Now, I will continue to release exclusive content that reveals the research behind my book, The Secret Government, Invisible Architects. I also wanted to extend gratitude and appreciation to you guys for being here with me, tuning in. Thank you so much. And for those that live in Southern California, I will be in the 5D Wellness Center in the city of Brea, Orange County, in California, this coming Sunday from 3 to 7, giving a presentation with dinner that will be provided by the center for those that attend, and of course, a book signing. The details for that event will be posted in the description of this video. So let's talk about what's like really going on, guys, because a lot of people are in fear-based mode, thinking that we might experience a Carrington event unlike no other that will completely take out satellite systems, the internet, communication, everything, electrical gadgets, you name it, the entire grid going down. But let me remind you guys that, that is fear-based porn, all right? Perhaps if it does happen, all right, it's probably going to happen for only a few days because there is a plan. There is a plan by the Earth Alliance and the White Hats, and of course, in collaboration with the Galactics, to make sure that we do not go in total darkness for more than just a few days. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so as we prepare for this huge solar storm that is taking place, and it's only going to get more intense, right? According to NOAA and the space weather reports, the Earth Alliance is using advanced technologies to make sure that we don't have another event similar to what happened in the year 1859. All right, so that year, according to history, it was known as the Carrington event, which was the most powerful geomagnetic storm on record, causing widespread disruptions in telegraph systems and creating auroras visible at lower latitudes. Now, in today's world, a similar event could wreak havoc on modern technology. Let's be real here, okay? Disabling all satellite systems, communication networks, and power grids. This time, however, the Earth Alliance is utilizing advanced technology such as looking glass, and as well as collaborating with the United Federation of Planets, also known as the Association of Worlds. For those that have taken my course, you know who I'm talking about. It is an alliance of planetary systems that are associated with our cluster of stars that we belong to, comprising of a total of 600 and 900 worlds, okay? Which are preparing to mitigate, collectively, they are preparing to mitigate the effects of the anticipated solar superstorm. Okay, we haven't even reached solar maximum. That's still coming as we approach 2025. So ensuring a minimal, collectively, they are ensuring a minimal disruption with a novel internet and power infrastructure. Now, solar flares and coronal mass ejections, commonly known as CMEs, they do pose significant risk to the Earth's technological infrastructure, okay? That is a fact, guys, okay? And we're seeing it all over the news. Even the mainstream MSM, the Mockingbird media, is telling us that, they're flooding our minds with this idea of a total blackout event due to these solar flare storms. Now, let me remind you guys that even the mainstream news is, obviously a tool of the dark side, but they are telling the truth when it comes to the solar storms, okay? Now, the Carrington events that took place in 1859 serves as a stark reminder of the potential damage of a powerful geomagnetic storm that could cause. So as we advance technologically, the vulnerability of our systems to such event increases. However, there are proactive measures taken place by the Earth Alliance, Space Force. Let me repeat that. However, there are proactive measures that are being taken place by the Earth Alliance and Space Force to prevent and mitigate the impacts of a potential Carrington level event that we have been hearing about all over the news. Okay. Of course, the news is not going to tell you that the Earth Alliance is working with positive extraterrestrials to mitigate, any such disaster from taking place. But I'm telling you that, all right? So let's talk a little bit about the Carrington event, okay? That event was actually named after British astronomer Richard Carrington, which it was caused by a huge CME that hit the Earth in 1859. Telegraph systems worldwide experienced outages, all right? And the auroras were seen as far as the Caribbean, all right? I don't know if you guys have been seeing some of these aurora, green light effects in the last few days, but some people have been reporting them. Now, while the technological impact was relatively minimal, we're talking about back then in 1859, due to the limited infrastructure, a similar event today could have catastrophic consequences. Now, let's dive into the science of solar flares and CMEs, okay? So apparently solar flares are sudden eruptions of electromagnetic radiation from the sun, while CMEs involve large expulsions of plasma and magnetic fields from the sun's corona. Both phenomena can disrupt Earth's magnetosphere, leading to geomagnetic storms that can damage satellites, power grids, and communication networks. What is the Earth Alliance role? Okay, so apparently the Earth Alliance, in collaboration with the Galactics, a coalition of international space force and defense organizations, have been closely monitoring solar activity and preparing for potential geomagnetic storms. So that is the good news, guys, right? We're not going to be left for years with no power power outrage, electrical gadgets not working. That's just fear porn, okay? In fact, as I speak right now, the main galactic commander that has been monitoring the geomagnetic effects of these solar storms goes by the name of Commander Soltic. And Commander Soltic is working closely and intimately with Commander Corridor and, of course, Valiant Thor. Okay. So, through advanced technology, including the looking glass, the Alliance has developed predictive models to forecast solar events accurately. So, they are very well aware of a possible solar flare that could disrupt, again, their current grid system. But they have something in order, something in mind that will actually correct that. Okay. So through looking glass technology, which is again a technology and advanced predictive system that allows scientists within the secret sector of the Earth Alliance to visualize and analyze potential future events, okay, including solar flares and CMEs. By simulating various scenarios, the Earth Alliance can develop strategies to mitigate the impacts of these events on Earth's infrastructure. So, what does it mean to us? Okay, it means a lot. It means that we're only going to experience this for a matter of maybe 2 or 3 days. And that, my friend, explains the 3 days of darkness as talked about in the book Revelation, okay, in the Bible, in the Apocalypse. The last book of the New Testament talks about 3 days of darkness. Well, these are the prophecies, guys. 3 days of darkness is a metaphor describing the idea that, yes, we are going to have 3 days without power, without electricity, without the internet, but immediately, we're going to have some sort of a new grid system that is going to be installed by the White Hats and the Earth Alliance. So they are collaborating with the United Federation of Planets. I've already mentioned that at the head of the United Federation of Planets here in our local star cluster, we have the Jupiter Command, as well as the Venusian Council from planet Venus. Okay, so the Earth Alliance has partnered with the United Federation of Planets, which is a consortium of advanced civilizations of a population 1 interplanetary system and an interstellar population 2 stellar systems. For those that have taken my class, you know what I'm talking about, to enhance its technological capabilities. Okay, this collaboration has led to the development of resilient systems designed to withstand and recover from severe solar events. So as we prepare, all right, for the next Carrington event, anticipating another Carrington level event, the Earth Alliance is implementing several key measures. The first one is, right, they have built a new satellite system that is quantum. Okay, we talked about the QFS, but there's more to the QFS than just the quantum financial system. Okay, it is an elaborate system that not only connects the new, financial system. That's not only going to bring in the new financial system, but it's also going to be the new, you could say, quantum infrastructure that they have set in place. Okay, so they're upgrading satellites as I speak with radiation hardened components to withstand the intense electromagnetic radiation from these solar flares. And this is a good thing, all right? Because right now we're using the electrical systems and satellite systems of the Cabal families, all right? So this is a good thing. So the next thing that they are putting into place has to deal with with communication networks. Okay, so they are developing as I speak redundant communication systems, including Starlink. Now, many people think, well, isn't Starlink going to also be dismantled by the solar flares? And the answer to that is no, because it is connected to a quantum infrastructure, right? The quantum infrastructure, guys, is fifth dimensional reality to maintain connectivity during geomagnetic disturbances. Another thing that they're working on is creating a power grid resilience infrastructure, which is enhancing power grid infrastructure with advanced shielding and backup systems to prevent widespread blackouts. And then, of course, a lot of this is going to be connected to what many of you guys know to be the quantum financial system, with with the implementation of the quantum financial system, they will ensure financial transactions remain secure and operational as we return back to the gold standard, right? Through the gold standard during solar events, which is going to mark the end of not only the fiat system, but also the CBDC, okay? The central banking digital currency, which, by the way, guys, it's already collapsing, all right? Bitcoin is collapsing. You could say blockchain technology, which is the building blocks of crypto, it's all collapsing. All right. The only thing that is going to remain behind is, of course, the XLM XRP and the new financial system as backed by the QFS and precious metals. So minimizing impact. Okay. Apparently, it's going to take the Earth Alliance it's going to take them about 3 days. Okay. Which explains the 3 days of darkness. So despite these preparations, okay, the Earth Alliance anticipates a brief period of disruption for no more than 3 days, okay? The implementation of a new internet and power source in collaboration with the United Federations of Planets aims to limit the disruption to a maximum of 3 days, all right? Which explains the prophecies, okay? During this period, alternative communication and power systems will be activated to ensure continuity of essential services. And that, my friends, is the beauty of the collaboration of many positive races that are working again with the Earth Alliance at this time. So these proactive measures that are taken by the Earth Alliance and their space allies are leveraging advanced technologies and interstellar collaborations demonstrate a commitment to safeguarding Earth's technological infrastructure from solar superstorms. By preparing for the next Carrington event, the Alliance aims to minimize disruption and ensure a rapid recovery, right? Maintaining the stability and resilience of global systems. Now, let's okay, so as we take a future direction into all of this, all right, continued research and development in solar observation by both Earth scientists working within Space Force and, of course, commanders working with the Galactics. They have predictive modeling. Okay, they have the technology where they're able to predict things before they happen now. Okay, and they do have an advanced technological resilience that is going to play a crucial part in the reinstatement of a new infrastructure when this event does take place. Strengthening international collaborations, all right, as we dissolve the globalist agenda of the NWO, right, in replacement of the Commonwealth of Nations, which is going to usher in an era of the great republics worldwide. Okay, so let's talk about the living, the living cosmos. Now, bear in mind that what's taking place here on this planet is not just a collaboration of Earth intelligent forces with positive extraterrestrial races, but it's also a teaming of life on macro levels of reality. All right. What am I saying here? What I'm saying here is that we don't live in a dead universe. All right. The entire universe, guys. All right. Think of ourselves as cells in the greater body of the cosmos. The universe is a sentient, intelligent being. So life is teaming up on every level of reality. All right. Allowing these new photonic energies, right, which are known as plasma waves coming from the galactic core, to begin the up-stepping, the up-leveling, and of course the upgrading of the species at this time. All right. I do want to, before I continue with the cosmic collaboration that is taking place, I do want to acknowledge some of the galactic Jedis and Patriots that are in the house. I see Brian, I see Lori May, Mary Jane G, Cosmic Cave 2.0, Ishmael's Tree. Apparently there's they call themselves Ishmael's Tree. Well, that's cool. Let's see who else is in the house. Joanna's in the house. Carrie Bonificio is in the house. New York is in the house. Indigo Star is in the house. Joanna. Who else is in the house? Tulane. If you guys are going to be having questions, please put them in capital letters. But I will. There's more information that I do want to share, obviously, before I start Q&A. Now, bear with me here, guys. We're going to go into something really, really deep here. Okay. All right. So the living cosmos. All right. We talk about how everything is sentient. Right. Our galaxy is sentient. Our universe is sentient. Our multiverse is sentient. So let's talk about the sentient universe and the activation of stellar, planetary, and cellular evolution, which is ignited by plasma, light frequency, which is information, all right? Light is information. The lack of light is darkness, which is the opposite of information, all right? So energy is information. Light is information. It is living information, okay? All right, so the cosmos apparently is not a mere collection of inanimate celestial bodies. It is a living sentient entity intricately connected through vast networks of energy and consciousness. This helps us understand why the living cosmos and the ongoing activation of our sun by higher celestial bodies, ultimately influencing positive changes on our planet. All right, so let's dive into the multi-layered activation process that is actually coming from the super central sun of our super universe of Orvonton down to our sun, and how this process is awakening dormant aspects of human DNA. So, according to the concept of the sentient cosmos, which I strongly believe in, the idea that the cosmos is alive and sentient is rooted in ancient wisdom and modern scientific evidence. Various spiritual traditions and cosmology sources describe the universe as a living organism imbued with consciousness. And that, my friends, has been scientifically proven. All right. So, this perspective sees stars, planets, and other celestial bodies as conscious entities participating in a dynamic interplay of energy and information. Right. Again, light and energy are one and the same. They are equivalent to information. The lack of light, which is darkness, is the absence of information. All right, remember that. So, astrophysicists and quantum mechanics also hint at a universe that is interconnected and responsive. Right, the concept of non-locality in quantum mechanics, for instance, suggests that particles can instantaneously affect each other regardless of distances, indicating a form of cosmic communication. Right. I go into great detail regarding quantum entanglement in my first class for those that have taken my course. So let's talk about stellar activation cycles. All right, it is a hierarchical cosmic process. So it is all being activated, all right, by the supercentral sun. Now, many of you are probably wondering, well, what is this supercentral sun? What is this super universe? All right. Well, let me just let you guys know that our galaxy and all the galaxies in the known universe make up one universe. But what if I tell you guys that we live in a multiverse, or even our universe with other universes are part of a super universe? They make up a body, a cosmic body known as a super universe. Okay. There are a total of 7, okay, that make up the grand central creation. For those that have taken my course, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So at the highest level, we have the super central sun of our super universe that serves as the ultimate source of energy and consciousness that sustains our local universe and all its galaxies. This super central sun emits powerful waves of energy that permeates the fabric of the universe, our universe, influencing all universes and galaxies within its domain. This activation energy cascades down through various levels of cosmic hierarchies, where each galaxy and universe is in constant communication with one another. So, technically, we are being activated by levels of reality beyond our known universe, guys. That's what this means, okay? So, the activation is not just coming from the galactic, from our sun, which is receiving the activation from the galactic core, right? But it's also coming from the central sun of our local universe. So it's definitely something that is being coordinated by these higher celestial bodies. So the great central sun of our universe, which is a step below the super central sun of our super universe, receives and amplifies this activation of energy. It then channels this energy to the central sun of our galaxy, the Milky Way. Now, the great central sun's role is crucial as it modulates the frequency and intensity of the incoming energy to suit to the evolutionary needs of our galaxy. Activation by the central sun of our galaxy. Okay, let's talk about that. The central sun of our galaxy, known by Ophiuchus, Tzolk'in, according to the Mayan scholars, and Kolob, according to the Latter-day Saints of the Church of Jesus Christ, aka the Mormons. All right, they all call the central sun under different names. Often referred to as the galactic center, is a potent source of gravitational and energetic influences. Right? It receives the amplified activation energy from the great central sun of its local universe, and then it further refines it as it distributes that same energy to the billions of stars. Okay, so this energy is then obviously transmitted to the multiple stars within our galaxy, including our sun, influencing our sun into its next phase of evolution. So that also corresponds with what's happening here in our neck of the woods, okay? Not only are we dealing with a transformation, or may I say an ascension of a planetary body known as our Earth, but we're also dealing with a transformation that is taking place at the level of our star, okay? So our sun, okay, is currently in its midlife as a G-type main sequence star, okay, which is being activated into its next phase of evolution by the central sun of our galaxy. This activation process involves the infusion of high frequency energies that stimulate both physical and energetic transformations within the sun, explaining the solar sunspot cycles and the CMEs. Okay, as our sun absorbs this energy, it undergoes subtle shifts in its spectral output, magnetic field dynamics, and energetic emissions. Now, the sun is apparently sentient, all right, as stated earlier, and it is communicating with our cells, our human DNA, and our sun are having some sort of an communication. There's something going on, all right, at a very cellular level, okay? So the activation of our sun has profound implications for the life on planet Earth, particularly the human DNA. Our sun's enhanced energetic output, which is characterized by increased solar activity and radiation, interacts with our planet's biosphere and directly influences human biology. Now, this has also been scientifically proven, okay? That explains, my friends, the DNA activations. It is done through cellular communication at a micro level of reality through photonic wave frequencies that are activating our cellular or our sleeping cellular data, okay, which is our dormant DNA. So on a cellular level, the energy from our sun communicates with human DNA, particularly targeting dormant codons. DNA, often described as the blueprint of life, contains numerous codons that are inactive or sleeping. These sleeping codons hold the potential for advanced biological functions and heightened states of consciousness. We're talking about superhuman abilities here, okay? The interaction between solar energy and DNA operates through photonic and electromagnetic mechanisms. Photons from the sun penetrate cellular structures and influence the quantum state of DNA molecules. This interaction can trigger the activation of specific codons, leading to changes in gene expression and cellular function. Now, there is a mathematical equation also dealing with the governing of the DNA activation that is taking place right now, okay? So the activation of DNA by solar energy is not random, but it follows precise mathematical equations. We do live in a mathematical universe, guys. Mathematics is also alive. Now, these equations are based on the principles of resonance and coherence, where specific frequencies of solar radiation match the vibrational patterns of certain DNA sequences. When resonance occurs, it facilitates the activation of dormant codons, unlocking new potentials within the human genome. Right? How many codons has science discovered? Well, I think 64, which corresponds to the I Ching, right? 64 is a very powerful number. So this means that positive changes are going to be happening on planet Earth as a result of what's happening right now. So the multi-layered activation process from the super central sun to our sun, right, is orchestrating a profound transformation on planet Earth, as human DNA is now being activated more so than ever due to these G5 solar flares. All right, let's see. So individuals will be experiencing heightened states of awareness, enhanced cognitive abilities, and a deeper spiritual insight. Many of you are probably already experiencing these, right? This collective awakening leads to positive changes in various aspects of life, including environmental stewardship, an increased sense of interconnectedness with nature, which fosters more sustainable and eco-friendly practices. Okay, that's another requirement for 5D reality, by the way. Another one is social harmony, the enhanced empathy and understanding that promote greater social cohesion and cooperation, right? We're moving from a society of competitiveness to one of cooperation, fifth dimensional reality. Again, technological advancements, okay? Innovations aligned with natural laws and ethical principles emerge. Not AI, all right? We're talking about technologies of light, driving progress in harmony with the environment. Technologies that are also what? Eco-friendly, very eco-friendly, all right? And then also spiritual growth, a deeper connection to the cosmos as a result of, this heightened awareness and a recognition of our place within it as it catalyzes personal and collective spiritual evolution. Now, the cosmos is a living sentient entity, all right? Remember that. And the activation of our sun by higher celestial bodies beyond the measured universe, beyond the 4%, is a testament to the intricate and interconnected nature of the cosmos. This hierarchical activation process is being conducted on levels of reality by intelligences that by far surpass any person on this planet, okay? From the super central sun to our sun, is not only advancing stellar evolution, but also triggering profound changes in human consciousness and DNA. As we adapt to these new energies, we are witnessing a transformative era that promises a harmonious and enlightened future for our planet. So, the solar activity, what does it mean? And its impact on human consciousness as we are entering a new era of transformation. So, solar activity is a fundamental aspect of our solar system, influencing both technological systems and human consciousness. Recent observations indicate that solar activity is intensifying, leading to more frequent and powerful flares as we approach solar maximum by the spring of 2025. These flares, large explosions on the sun's surface, release intense bursts of electromagnetic energy that can cause geomagnetic storms, altering Earth's energetic grid. There are direct implications of these solar events on our planet's energy grid and human consciousness, emphasizing the transformational period marked by the solar magnetic reversals. Now, what does it mean when it comes to the implications of these solar flares that are impacting the let's just call it the geomagnetic grid of the planet, which is an icosahedron, right? There are energy points that connect the planet's grids. It looks like a bunch of triangles all around. What does it mean? What's happening? Well, believe it or not, guys, but our consciousness, both individually and collectively, is held together by the planetary grid system. So what's happening here is that these solar flares are also upgrading the planetary grid system, all right? Which means that a huge transformation is upon us, okay? Upon us, okay? So As the intensification of solar activity continues, um, the solar flares, which are the most powerful explosions in our solar system, resulting from the sudden release of magnetic energy stored in the sun's atmosphere. When these flares occur, they emit vast amounts of electromagnetic radiation across the spectrum from radio waves to X-rays and gamma rays. Okay, I can't even say the intensification of solar activity has led to an increase in the frequency and power of these flares. During periods of high solar activity, such as solar maximum, which we haven't even approached yet, right? But we will. The sun is undergoing dramatic changes, including the reversal of its magnetic poles. And of course, you guys know that this happens every 11 years. Okay, it's called the solar cycle. Now, these peak periods are characterized by an extraordinary display of solar fireworks with numerous sunspots, flares, and coronal mass ejections. So its impact on the Earth's grid, it's very, very significant, guys, because again, our collective consciousness, right, what allows us to have perception, awareness, is intimately connected with the Earth's magnetic energy grid, okay? So the electromagnetic energy that is being released by the solar flares can cause geomagnetic storms, which when it interacts with the Earth's magnetospheres, okay, these storms can disrupt the planet's energy grid by inducing electrical currents in power lines, transformers, and other infrastructures. Initially, these changes impact the planet's atmosphere, subtly yet significantly altering the planetary grid, which means that the current planetary grid that has been placed in motion by a reversal Merkaba system that was, again, implemented during the fall of Atlantis by the AI system back then that was working with the negative Anunnaki, is being reversed into a Christ planetary grid system. All right, this is what the ancients talked about in reference to the second coming of the Christ. It is something that is taking place as a result of these solar flares. Okay, it is activating the Christ grid on the planet, which in turn is going to upgrade the human species into a Christ-like mentality. Okay, so the effects of geomagnetic storms extend beyond technological disruptions. The changes in the energetic grid also have implications for human consciousness and the planet's overall vibrational state. This explains the shifting, right? The planetary shift is shifting from a 3D to a 4D, 5D consciousness, okay? The entire planet, all right? The increased energy from solar activity can act as a catalyst for personal and collective transformation. A solar magnetic reversal is a significant event, not only for its physical implications, but also for its impact on human consciousness. That is very important to understand, guys. The light received during this time has transformative properties, reopening channels for new forms of communication, right? Telepathy. Telepathy is one of those new forms of communication, all right? Interestingly, despite predictions of communication disruptions, this period has instead activated ancient portals, enhancing the ability to establish telepathic connections with beings beyond our ordinary perception, right? The veil is shattering as a result of these solar storms, all right? So the phase of solar activity marks the end of the Earth's cycle and the beginning of a new era. It is a time for introspection and making significant life changes to adapt to the new vibrations. Continuing as before will be impossible. Instead, individuals must reduce their density by curbing desires, which are dense thought forms that weigh down people and, of course, the collective. Adapting to the new vibrations. All right, so how do we adapt to these new vibrational frequencies? That is crucial, all right? We have to adopt lifestyle changes that align with heightened energy, right? These changes include a lighter diet, consuming foods that are less dense and more energetically aligned with the body's needs. Okay, our body is becoming uh, less denser. So that's why I like to juice in the mornings. All right, I like to drink my alkaline juices, my alkaline juice press every morning. I start my day with that, and I don't eat for about 4 to 5 hours. Okay, so that's my way of, you could say it's like intermittent fasting, but I don't do it for 24 hours. All right, I have my last meal around 6 or 7 in the evening, and then I fast till about 12 noon the next day. So that's over 12 hours. Okay, so again, increased water intake. Our bodies are 70% water. Begin to drink a lot of good water. All right, water that is hydrogen infused or alkaline water. Okay, staying hydrated to that will help these energies flow through your body better when you're staying hydrated. Meditation. Meditation is also important, guys. Engaging in regular meditation to maintain a balanced and clear mind, because some people are going to be going cuckoo, right? When the big one comes, the great solar flash. When it comes, some people that are mentally unstable are unfortunately they're gonna get worse. They're gonna go cuckoo, right? Energy awareness, recognizing that energy is omnipresent and can be a source of nourishment. All right, our old beliefs and patterns that no longer align with the new paradigm. Let go of all that. It is essential to let go of perceived obligations and embrace activities that bring genuine joy and fulfillment. Adjusting vibrations through practices such as affirmations, yoga, breath work, even dance and music. All of that can help facilitate the transition that's happening right now. Embracing our emotional transformation, right? This period is also about acknowledging and adapting, and accepting intense emotions as part of the transformational processes, letting go of old emotional baggage that doesn't serve us anymore so that we could clear it. Rather than rejecting these emotions and allowing them to linger, it is important to process and integrate them. This emotional work is crucial for moving forward and fully embracing the new era. The intensifications of solar activity and the subsequent solar magnetic reversal signify a profound period of transformation for both the planet and human consciousness. By adapting to the new vibrations and making necessary lifestyle changes, individuals can navigate this period with greater ease and purpose. Embracing the opportunities for growth and transformation during this time will lead to a more harmonious and fulfilling existence in the new era. Solar flares are large explosions from the surface of the sun, guys, that emit intense bursts of electromagnetic radiations. Let's see. I guess that's it for now. I think I've been chatting for almost 50 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions and answers. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing. I want to thank Stuart Williams. Thank you so much for your super chat, brother. I appreciate that. So if you guys have any questions, please type them in capital letters. I hope you guys are doing wonderful today. And how did you guys have, how was your Mother's Day weekend this weekend? Did you guys have a wonderful Mother's Day for those that still have their mamas around? Well, I'm sure my mom from heaven was, was watching over me, and yeah, I'm sure, she is happy. And anyways, I do miss my mom, but I'm going to go ahead and just take some questions. Thank you. Yes, I do believe that my mother is proud of me. She is my inspiration. She's the reason why I decided to devote my life to meditation, research, and connecting with higher aspects of myself in order to receive transmissions from my galactic self, which works with, of course, the Galactic Alliance and the Interdimensional Council of Free Worlds. I want to welcome all 1,277 people that are in the house. Thank you guys for spending your Monday evening with me today. On the 13th of May. I'll just take the. I'll go ahead and take the questions from my phone because I can't really see the chat on here. Let's see. Where to get hydrogen water? That's a good question. Actually, I could see the chat. You know what? Let me get my glasses up that way I don't have to go like this with my eyes. One sec. All right, here are my little glasses that I bought at CVS for only $10. I can't find my real prescribed glasses that were given to me by an optometrist. But anyway, these work for now. So the best way to hydro or get your water hydrogenated is you could either order I guess they have these on Amazon. It's like one of these. I think I showed you guys before. I'll show it again. The only thing is that these only last for a few months, and then you have to order a new one. But this thing right here is a thingamajig that puts hydrogen in your water, right? And of course, for those that understand the science behind that, when you drink hydrogenated water, it activates your oxygen levels by 300 to 400%, right? Which is really good for your body. But you could also order a filter that will not only clean your water but also add the hydrogen to your water, so it's more healthier and stuff for you. Another form of water to drink is alkaline water. Alkaline water, guys, is really good, right? Let's see. I'm just going to take random questions here. The chat is going so fast. Which question should I pick? All right, let me just go all the way to the top. I just want to make sure I didn't skip no super chat. All right, I don't think there's a super chat, so I'm just going to take random questions. Let me go all the way to the bottom. All right. Claire Morgan wants me to give a shout out to her dog Piper. Well, Piper, if you're out there, I hope you're having a beautiful evening. This is Ishmael Perez broadcasting from my apartment. Shout out to Piper. Let's see. I appreciate all the love, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, this is a good one. Do you have any knowledge of Yaldabaoth? Yes, I do. Okay. Well, Yaldabaoth is the demiurge that created a slave race, all right? Well, according to the Gnostic texts, you had Adam was the original Adam, not the Adam that was made in the Garden of Eden, but the original Adam was an immortal, right? We were spiritual, advanced beings, our ancestors. That means. All right, so the original Adam was immortal. According to the Gnostics, Yaldabaoth created a physical body by mixing Homo erectus DNA and the original celestial DNA of Adam to create something of a lower intelligence specimen that would actually take direction and orders. This to me sounds like the Anunnaki, what the Anunnaki did. So it is my belief that Yaldabaoth and Enki, the master geneticist, right, the Anunnaki that downgraded the original immortal Adam to create the test tube Adam in a laboratory, right, was one and the same. So Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, right? That created these lower level bodies, which allowed the original immortal Adam and Eve to become mortal, is Enki, right? They are one and the same. So that's who Yaldabaoth is, right? It is the demiurge. It is the trickster. It is the master geneticist that downgraded the original angelic race that used to exist during Atlantean times. This is a question from New York. Am I ex-military? Not planetary. I used to work for, based on my memories, I'm part of a cosmic military. Like many of you are, you just don't recollect, you just don't remember. But yeah, I'm not planetary military, cosmic military, at your service. Blaze is asking, are the solar CMEs coming in now, the solar flash upgrading our DNA? Absolutely, yes. Yes. Just like I mentioned earlier in the live, it's activating our DNA. There is a communication going on between the plasma, the gamma ray plasma that is coming in through our sun into our planet, that is communicating with our DNA at a cellular level. I mentioned that. For those that are late to the chat, to the live, make sure that you watch this live from the beginning. All right. I went deep. I went really deep. I really discussed a lot of deep information. Also, if you guys are late to the live, make sure you guys watch the beginning so you guys could understand that the Earth Alliance will not allow for more than 3 days of darkness or for more than 3 days of power outage. Wolf Mother, thank you so much for your super chat. Your question is, Carol's and you explaining your take on the eighth sphere. Thank you. You rock. Love to all the fellow Jedis. Well, that's a very good question, Wolf Mother. Rudolf Steiner talks about the eighth sphere. That's mentioned in anthroposophy. Now, there is a correlation between Rudolf Steiner's eighth sphere, which is where all the archon energies, all the dark forces exist, right? Which is equivalent to what the Bible calls hell, right? Tartarus, is very equivalent to what we call the lower fourth dimensional astral world, right? Where all the dark entities reside. So there is a reality, right? Where the inorganic, you could say, dark entities exist. And that is what Rudolf Steiner calls the eighth sphere. Now, the eighth sphere, also with the lower fourth dimension, is a realm. I think they're both one and the same, by the way. It's a realm where the fallen entities reside, those that have disconnected from God, from God's source. So through technology, the powers that were and their AI overlords, which is an alien AI, right? For those that know my work, the powers that were not only influenced by Draco reptilians, but they were ultimately influenced by a negative alien invasive AI, are trying to do everything in their power throw us into the eighth sphere, or what they call into the lower fourth, astral world, but through technology. Okay, this is what is known as the metaverse, digital reality, augmented reality. So there is a correlation there, okay, between the eighth sphere and a digital cybernetic reality. This is a question from Tony R. Ishmael. Will we be given mentors when we ascend to fourth D and fifth D dimension. At that point, I think we're going to be realigned or reinfused with our higher Christ self. So, in that regard, in the fourth D, yes, for the Earth Terrans, are going to have mentors. But for those that go into the 5D, you're going to have a clear, direct alignment with your higher Christ self, which means that your higher Christ self will be your mentor. So there no need for mediums at that point, okay? However, don't get me wrong, the fifth dimensional intelligences are also going to receive guidance, and direction from the sixth dimensional entities and seventh dimensional entities, all right, which are actually levels, you could say, higher versions of themselves. So how can I say it here? Okay, so we have a higher self, right, that comes from the fifth dimension. Well, even our higher self in the fifth dimension has a higher self that comes from the sixth dimension, and even that has a higher self that comes from the seventh dimension. Ultimately, we're all meant to reintegrate these higher selves until we reach the 12th dimension, where we are one with the monad, which is God. And that's who we really are, guys. We are fractals of the one universal awareness consciousness. Julie C. saying, Jesus coming back? Well, not in the physical flesh. The consciousness of Jesus is coming back through the activation of the Christ grid. Remember, I was talking earlier about how the solar flares are activating the Christ grid, which hasn't been in existence for thousands of years, since the Anunnaki, the Luciferian Anunnaki, reversed our grids. It's all coming back now. So the Christ consciousness is the second coming of Christ. And that's going to be happening very, very soon. Very, very soon. That intimately corresponds with the Great Solar Flash. It is an inner job as much as it is an outer event, all right? But yes, it's something that's going to be cultivated within each and every single one of us, the Christ higher mind. It's already happening. So that is the second coming of Christ. It is through each and every single one of you. This is a good question. I'm going to go ahead and pin it. This is coming from our brother Michael Garrity. He says, Ishmael, do you know of an alternative universe that ascended humans evolve into energy bodies who are here at our Earth to help us move to a higher dimension? That's a very good question, Michael. A lot of these non-physical, entities are coming from many universes, but they're also coming from our own multiverse that operates at higher levels of reality, like the 13th dimension, where there is no physical form. The 14th dimension. These are, you could say, cosmic ratios, cosmic entities that are assisting us as well at this time. So yes, the entire, you could say, collaboration of cosmic intelligences from multiple universes are assisting us at this time. Absolutely. So that is a very good question, Michael. And yes, these are beings. All right. Once you hit the 12th dimension, you go into pre-material liquid matter or liquid light, which means there is no more physical form. So the beings at that level of reality are definitely assisting us at this time. Absolutely. Yes. All right, this is a good question from Leech. Oh, I just lost it. Oh, wait, let me rewind. I forget that on my monitor here, I could always rewind forward and backward here on the chat. All right, so will the flash happen before the EBS? Um, again, it's like one of those questions. Well, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I've always believed that the EBS, as mentioned earlier in this live, is going to be the result of the solar flash, right? Wiping out the current Cabal's grid system and satellite networks and replacing it with the White Hat Earth Alliance new satellite network. So I think it's going to happen simultaneously. But who knows? It could be one after the other. I guess we're all going to find out, guys. Right? I guess we're all going to find out. Just looking for questions. Um, I'm just looking for questions at this time. I noticed that you guys are just chatting away. Let's see. That's right. Kevin says, as above, so below. All the upper heaven is incarnated in the physical below. That is true, guys. That is true. All the upper heaven is incarnated in the physical below, but most are asleep. We all come from the spirit world with our part to play. Absolutely. Thank you for that wonderful reminder. So we have star seeds here coming from higher advanced civilizations that are incarnated into mortal bodies, and then we also have angels and archangels as well, archetypes from the eighth dimension all the way to the 12th dimension that are also here in human form. Absolutely. Thank you, Cosmic Goddess, for your super chat. Your question is, Ishmael, will all the other versions of ourselves and other dimensions all come together as one being when ascension takes place? Well, I've always talked about how ascension is really about integrating with other versions of yourselves. So the answer to that is yes. But again, the integration process um, doesn't end in the fifth dimension. It continues all the way as we continue ascending, all the way up to the 12th dimension. But again, let's enjoy the process of integrating with our higher versions as much as expecting the destination all the way to the 12th dimension. So let's enjoy the process of reintegration. Absolutely, Cosmic Goddess. Yes, yes. All right, so this is a question from Victor. Victor Hinojosa. He's asking, Brother Ishmael, what does it mean to see light orbs that pop in and out in your home? Oh, wait. Hope I didn't lose that question. In your home when you dream the sun. Um, well, from what I understand, that is a good question, Victor. But from what I understand, is that light orbs are these higher non-physical beings, or at least not physical in our reality, right? Because there's physicality all the way to the 11th, 12th dimension before we become pure plasma. But it is these higher non-physical beings that are around you or around or that are with you. They could be part of your spirit team. They could be part of your star family. They could be your ancestors that are around you. So it's a great honor and blessing to have orbs. I always have orbs. Many of you guys have seen them, right? All throughout my lives. When I'm doing my little reels in my car, there's always orbs around me. So that's good. That is a sign of protection. That is a sign of guidance. That is a sign that you are not alone, right? That you always have your spirit team protecting you and guiding you at all times. Dimensional is asking a question. Are the beings in the movie Alien and Predator real? Are they based on reptilians? I would say yes. Most of these Hollywood films are scripts that are given to these producers and directors by members of the secret space program. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. I do have another super chat from my brother Trenton Williams. How you doing, Trenton Williams? Thank you for being here. Is the Predator in the Predator movies an example of a reptilian? Oh, that's what we just talked about. Absolutely. Yes. Even Hollywood, whether for good or for bad, is disclosing information, right? So absolutely. Thank you so much for asking that. Well, Jen, okay, this is a question from Jen Whitsenbar. What advice can we give to the homeless and diseased? Thank you. So many are suffering. Um, well, that's a very good question, and my heart goes out to all the people out there on this planet that are suffering. Um, the best advice to give to the homeless and for those that have diseases that are suffering is that the time is near for miracles to take place. The time is at hand you know, for the world to become a better place. The time is at hand to end poverty. The time is at hand to end all suffering. So that's what I would tell them. I would tell them to just hang on just a bit more because, soon all of their struggles are going to be lifted. That's what I would tell them. Neil Lemuria is saying, Ishmael, they're making Thundercats a movie. Is that part of the disclosure? Well, absolutely. The Thundercats, the concept of the Thundercats is displaying the original Lyrans, right? The felines of Lyra, absolutely. In humanoid bodies, absolutely. Um, This is from Tazing Towel. Do you think the solar activity and activation of the pineal gland, right, which is our third eye chakra, increase psychic abilities, or what other positive potential does it offer? Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier in this live, um, our consciousness is being upgraded. And what that means is that our psychic abilities are coming back online. So yes, it definitely increases ESP, clairvoyance, clairsentiency, your ability to be an intuitive empath. All of that stuff definitely enhances as a result of these solar flares. Absolutely. Sean Codes is in the house. How you doing? Sean Codes, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Lately, I've been stalked by crows. Good or bad signs? Um, crows are actually good, right? Maybe the queen of ravens is sending you crows, right? To protect you. Talking about the queen of ravens, I want to give a shout out to Janine. I haven't heard from her in a while. I hope she's doing fine. But crows are always a sign of spirit beings that are around you. Okay, sometimes our spirit guides present to us in animal form. So I wouldn't see it as a bad thing. Oh boy. Well, well, well. Somebody's asking, what do I know about astral spiders? Um, Not much. I've never seen them. I've never seen the astral spiders. Well, at least not in my awake state. However, I've had dreams and visions of fighting these huge, giant-like black spiders that were mechanically inclined, that were apparently artificial intelligences. But as far as astral spiders, those could be some discarnate dark entities that are not very good, apparently. Okay, put it this way: anything that has to do with the spiders, like my buddy Tim, no, was it Arcturus Raw said, is associated with fear, and that makes a lot of sense. All right, John. Let's see. This is a good one. This is hilarious, but it's true. I want to go ahead and answer this question. This is coming from Jan Witzenbauer. Should we submit a class action suit against Satan? Oh, wait, where did it go? Is there a high court for such a hearing? Absolutely. They're called Galactic tribunals. So as I speak right now, Satan, whose real name was Marduk Belial Baal, right? The Babylonian chief god, the son of Enki, again, the son of the great archon himself, the demiurge, um, has been arrested by the Galactic tribunals and is now facing trial. So yes, absolutely. And shortly, we are going to be witnessing planetary tribunals very, very soon as the Y hat military becomes activated. All right, guys, I think that's it for tonight. I will be back Wednesday night at the same time, 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, by myself for another glorious live chat. And I think that this time I'm going to be talking about consciousness. That's going to be the subject matter. So I'll be by myself. I don't have anybody to interview this time. I will be back Wednesday in 2 nights at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern. And I'm going to be going over what it means to be conscious. All right, guys. May the God force be with you all. Oh, wait, I see another super chat. Nope, that's it. Okay. May the God force be with you all, guys. And I will see you guys in 2 days at the same time here on my YouTube channel. Talk to you guys then. Bye.